Moved inland, made landfall very early this morning, just after midnight on the southeast Texas coast as a Category 1 hurricane, the very lowest end Category 1 hurricane, 75-mile-per-hour winds, and now much weaker 45-mile-per-hour winds, but clearly bringing our area, not so much the winds, but just the rain. So again, flash flood warning in effect until almost 3 p.m., although we are getting a break in the rain in the New Orleans area. So that will be key, as I was saying, going forward in time into this evening, tonight, and tomorrow, to have these heavier bands mixed with the breaks of much lighter rain that will help our drainage system to kind of keep up with the rain that we're seeing. In fact, you can see that we are anticipating our next round of some slightly heavier rain at Belle Chase now, set to move into the New Orleans area pretty fast, maybe the next 15 minutes or so. And south of this band, you can see there's lighter rain coming after that, but we're going to be monitoring the radar trends really closely in the next 24 hours or so, plus actually into later tomorrow, because we might see a couple of situations where we have heavier rain lasting for a bit longer. That will be the main threat. In New Orleans, as you've been hearing, most of our flooding reports that we've seen are just kind of the usual areas that you know might fill up with water. So it's not really widespread, but we do have a couple of reports here and there around the city, especially off to the east, where there is some street flooding. So we'll be watching that closely. Right now, north of the lake around Mandeville, the north end of the causeway, you're about to get that downpour there as well. Our rain totals, if you're wondering, so far have been about 1.5 inches for New Orleans, including downtown closer to 2 inches almost. Slidell to Baton Rouge about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. In some spots, not quite as much. But we have a while to go with the rain into tonight and into tomorrow. Our flash flood watch continues until Thursday morning for possibly 4 to 8 inches. Now, some spots may get a bit less than that. It looks like that's on the table still, but we'll be watching for those rain bands that could bring some heavy rain, maybe even a few inches just in a matter of hours. So that would be the flooding potential. The GFS is showing up to about 3 or so inches of rain. The Euro has about 4 to 5 or so for some spots farther north. So you can see why we're anticipating that flooding threat continuing tonight and into tomorrow. Winds are not excessively strong right now, just about 18-mile-per-hour gust at reserve, but these sustained east-southeast winds are pushing the water up along our shorelines a little bit. So this is a new thing, minor coastal flooding. Just an advisory for those of you along these shorelines. You know the water can get pushed up with these sort of systems, so just minor kind of effects, not a really big drastic effect, but just that has been put into place continuing through Thursday morning. Nicholas has winds of 45 miles per hour, northeast movement at 6 miles per hour, and it's about 10 miles southeast of Houston. But look how much rain Houston's getting, barely anything anymore because of this drier air that's filtering in. And there's also some shear kind of making it a very lopsided system now with all the rain pretty much over Louisiana, also in extreme southeast Texas. Now, Tropical Storm Nicholas will likely no longer be a tropical storm sometime later today. Into tonight, it will become a depression and then eventually just kind of crawl into Louisiana and kind of veer off to the north. But by that point, really, we'll just be talking about the same thing, mainly the rain. So let me show you our forecast model. This is our high resolution model. We'll have to watch for a couple of those bands. This is through tonight. This model is hinting by this evening, 8, 9 p.m., possibly seeing a few of those heavier rounds of rain, promoting some street flooding perhaps, so please be aware. This is tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., and then through the day, we may see some of the rain shifting a bit more to the east, especially later in the day and into tomorrow night. Today, we'll say a little bit breezy at times, rainy, of course. Our high temperature is only around 83 or 84. Tonight, 70s, and still a high chance for the rain and some downpours mixed in. Then as we get into tomorrow, again, kind of weighted perhaps more toward the first part of the day, it looks like now with the rain, and then maybe tapering off tomorrow night and into Thursday. After that, though, we'll still have to watch for some scattered showers and a few storms heading into the weekend, but the really deep tropical moisture from Nicholas will be shifting out of our area by tomorrow night. We'll be watching everything really closely for you all through this time, so keep up with our forecast and we'll keep you covered.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. The founder of Jazz Fest, who many consider the father of the modern music festival, passed away yesterday.